So today's lesson is brought to you by the letter Y. This letter, in French called Y, or a Greek I, is not exactly the same as the English Y. In fact, it has a lot more uses, and you see it used as its own word. So I made the mistake of when I first began learning French, of thinking that this was pronounced the same as this, and this is not the case. This is an I, this is a Greek I, or a Y, but they have slightly different pronunciations. And in fact, the difference is that the Y is sort of like a long I. So I made the mistake in thinking that this word, paix, which means peace, which is it's a derivative. Peace, you might recognize cognates also, like pacific, peaceful. I thought that this was pronounced the same as this word, pays, which is the equivalent of like the Spanish país, which is also comes from the same root as patria, or like patriotism. Means country. And so I was going around saying, j'aime la paix, and people thought I was like a hippie or something, because they thought I was saying I love peace, saying I love this country, that's what I was trying to say. So, pays, paix, okay? Now, what do we do with this letter, aside from using it to make long sounds? Well, this is a kind of, it's almost a kind of pronoun. And it's used to refer to places. Instead of saying the same place over and over, like someone's at the door, I'm going to go to the door. You don't have to say like je réponds à la porte, je vais à la porte. You can put a Y, and you can put this E in place. So for example, the way to say I am going, or I go, is je vais. Je vais. Sorry if that's a bit small, I'll make it bigger. But if you want to say I'm going there, or I'm on my way out, you do this. J'y vais. Remember, in French, contractions are obligatory. You can't say je y vais, it's j'y vais. You can't do this. This is not correct. So j'y vais. You may have seen a sentence like this. Il y a. Okay? And this is how you say, this is the equivalent of saying there is. Like il y a un croissant. There's a croissant that's still there. There's still a croissant. Or il y a quelqu'un, someone, à la porte, someone at the door. Il y a, there is. There is. It's literally, it there has. It there has. It's the equivalent of there is. You don't always have to have an E there. It's the standard way of saying there is. You can say, for example, like il y en a. There are other ways you can say this. But basically the way to say there is with il y a. You can also see the E in other important phrases like, well, I guess it's part of the same phrase, but an important phrase to know is qu'est-ce. It's long, okay? It's very long. Qu'est-ce qu'il y en a, okay? What is it that there is about there? Well, the way that most people say this is a shortened but incorrect phrase. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? That means what's going on? What's the problem? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? You go to a hotel for the third time to talk to the manager. He's going to come out of the room. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? What is, what's going on there? What is it now? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? I may have gotten the exact spelling a bit wrong, but what? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? What's going on there? Yeah, E, very important. One more thing to think about. One more use is that it doesn't always have to refer to a place. Sometimes it can refer to a like a thing that you are thinking about or believing. So, for example, to say, for example, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. You can say j'y pense. J'y pense. Okay, I'll think about it. Or if you're saying, like someone says, think about this idea, like think about this business proposal I made you. You can say j'y pense. I'll think about it. I'll think on that thing. I'll think on it. Or if someone says, like, do you believe there's a God? You can say, like, I don't believe in it. Like as we learned in another video, you don't need to use the ne, but you can have the ne. You can say je n'y crois pas. Je n'y crois pas. I don't believe in that. I don't believe they're in that thing. Je n'y crois pas. Or you can say j'y crois pas. J'y crois pas. So just usually refers to a previous thing, like a pronoun normally does, and it normally means the subject at hand or the place that's being referred to. Voilà.